Touchdown! Oh, my! I can't believe it. 31 yards to Nicory Burton.
Here in McFadden breaks it up the middle. McFadden, big play. He's going to go. Darren McFadden is going to take it all the way. 80 yards for the touchdown. Darren McFadden, and Arkansas strikes just that quickly.
He's going to field it back at his own 5. Joe across the 10 to the 15 to the 20. Adams at the 30, and here we go. Joe's going to take it all the way. The 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Arkansas. 95 yards on the punt return.
Here's the snap. It is low. The kick is blocked, and Arkansas covers.
Down formation into the end zone. The pass is intercepted. Arkansas wins the ball game. Intercepted in the end zone. The Razorbacks have beaten the #1 team in the country.
It's time to dissect the game on the First Security Bank 5th quarter. We'll be talking Razorback football for the next 2 hours. This broadcast is brought to you by First Security Bank. Here are Randy Rainwater, Marcus Elliott, and Trey Schaff.
Oh my gosh. They called grounding. Taylon Green's hurt. The Razorbacks are mad. They thought it should have been a penalty. Rained down. Bobby Petrino's making his way to midfield. Jeff Levy is there as well. A tough way to end it. Mississippi State snaps their 16-game conference losing streak. 38-35 is the bitter final tonight at Razorback Stadium.
And good evening. Welcome once again to the First Security 5th quarter postgame show. Marcus Elliott, Trey Schaff. I'm Randy Rainwater. Ultimately, Mississippi State prevailed. And Arkansas did everything it seemed like within their power to assist Mississippi State in achieving that goal. 18 penalties. 18 penalties for 193 yards. That is almost mind-boggling.
It's the most in program history.
On both categories. Number of penalties. What is staggering is 15 of those penalties came in the second half. In fact, with 10 minutes and 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter, Arkansas had 13 penalties for 153 yards. 5 penalties over the final 9 minutes plus in the game, and every penalty was costly. Good evening, Marcus. Good evening, Trey.
Good evening.
And I'm not sure what I can say positive about this game.
I want to hear it. I do.
Well, there's not anything. I mean,
that's what I'm saying, Mark.
There's not anything.
I'm not sure there is a positive in this game.
There's not. Guys, I listen. I've been pretty vocal about we don't need to hand this thing over to Petrino and he may be the best we can do. Guys, Melissa's out of town, so I stopped by Sam's Barbecue to pick up some food before the show. I hadn't eaten. My stomach was upset watching the game, but I did stop.
So you have to eat because you're upset.
I've got to eat. So I stopped at the owner of the establishment, Mr. Settles, listens to our show, friend of the show. I think Arkansas fans were numb, but he again brought up that point. Well, maybe he didn't have a chance to get his defense, and all these excuses for Petrino. I'm like, guys, if there is one example, and I've been saying it for a while, of why we have to look at all options. And again, he may be the absolute best we could do. But if there's an example of how this team has not progressed, tonight is a perfect example. It's horrendous.
I think you can use the word unraveled. There's probably some other terms you could use in that regard, but it was at times almost comical how Arkansas was trying its very best to beat itself. I'll give you one example. And this young man played a outstanding game. Okay, here's a positive, Mark. Here's a positive. And I'm talking about Quincy Rose. He makes an outstanding play. But you could see as if the pitcher was winding up and he's getting ready to deliver the pitch. He tackles the guy, and then what does he do? He slings him to the ground, drawing a 15-yard penalty, and that was another damaging blow to Arkansas.
But why would we expect anything different from him when the head coach gets the most stupidest penalty on himself and bags Arkansas up to the 10-yard line to kick off following a touchdown? How can we expect more discipline from the players when your head coach is undisciplined? Help me with that.
Let me say this. Only in defense of Bobby in this regard, I think he did that because he was irate over a defensive lineman who basically squatted and smashed Taylor Green in the ground, and there was no flag. There was no flag. That's why I think he went off. Now, granted, you like to be able to hold your cool and present your argument.
Then you can't.
Rick,
No. You can't expect your players in. If you can, then don't say a word to your players.
I think he was trying to take up for his player. I think he was trying to take up for his player.
Well, so you're going to help him lose? That's my whole point.
He admitted that he was talking to the official. He didn't think what he said should have gotten the penalty. But then again, he can't say a whole lot either. You'll just have to listen to him in the postgame.
Yeah. There's only one way Arkansas loses that game. And all of the stupid things they did caused them to lose it.
They didn't turn the ball over.
Okay.
Another positive. No turnovers. All right, this is the First Security fifth quarter postgame show live from Walk-Ons here on Weddington and Fayetteville. We'll be right back in just one moment.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. fsbank.com, member FDIC.
At Bale Chevrolet, we know that football season is about the energy, the excitement, the teamwork, all the things that make game day great. And we want finding your next vehicle to be the same. That's why our team works hard to make sure you drive away with a win. And right now, during Chevy Truck Month, up to $12,000 off new 2025 Silverados. So this season, let's keep the drive going on the field and on the road. Come see us today at Bale Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
WAC plus TTNL.
At Edwards Food Giant, they know your family is important, and they also know that your time and convenience is as well. So why not take advantage of their heat and eat items in their deli department? Those famous Edwards Food Giant signature dishes with many of the same entrees and recipes that are served daily in the hot bar, all ready to take home and serve to your family tonight. And it can all be found at your favorite Central Arkansas Edwards Food Giant deli. This week's special is orange chicken for only $7.49 per pound, paired with vegetable fried rice for just $4.99 per pound.
Unstoppable, unmistakable. Defender is built for those who carve their own path. At Land Rover Little Rock, experience the legendary capability, rugged design, and modern technology that make Defender a true icon. Whether it's city streets or untamed terrain, Defender delivers strength with style. This is more than a drive, it's a mission. Visit Land Rover Little Rock off I-430 and test drive the Defender today. Learn more at LandRoverLittleRock.com.
At ABC Supply, when you've got a job to do, we do too.
When your success depends on getting the details right, we're there for you every step of the way. Delivering more than materials, delivering passion, commitment, and the confidence to help you get the job done easier. Our teams understand the obstacles you face in building your business and reputation, because living up to our promises is how we help you live up to yours.
For location and product information, call ABC Supply in North Little Rock at 501-955-0777 or visit abcsupply.com.
Here's NASCAR Hall of Famer Mark Martin.
As a race car driver for 40 years, I survived a lot of crashes. Not everyone can run into a wall at 200 miles an hour and walk away. Without a seatbelt, I wouldn't be alive today. Now I'm retired, back home in Arkansas driving my pickup. I'm shocked how many people aren't wearing seatbelts. Why risk your life when it only takes 2 seconds to buckle up? Take it from number 6. Buckle up, Arkansas.
A message from the Arkansas State Police Highway Safety Office.
Feeling like a family getaway, but don't want to go too far? Need a true adventure, but don't want to spend too much? Want to go where there's a ton of stuff to do, but it's all in the same place? Welcome to Arkansas State Parks. For in a couple hours drive, you can change your scenery and definitely change your state of mind. Whether you crave active adventures or just gorgeous views where you can catch your breath, we have 52 state parks to choose from. Plan your getaway at arkansasstateparks.com.
Tune in to 103.7 The Buzz as Justin Acree and DJ Williams broadcast live from each meeting of the Little Rock Touchdown Club, brought to you by Arkansas Spine and Pain. Justin and DJ will broadcast live from the Doubletree downtown, bringing you interviews with each speaker and their comments to the club live. Tuesday, the Little Rock Touchdown Club welcomes Greg Sankey, Commissioner of the Southeast Conference. That's The Zone live at the Little Rock Touchdown Club, brought to you by Arkansas Spine and Pain.
So here we go again. 2nd and goal from the 3. Green off play action, going to dump it short. Jones complete. Touchdown, Arkansas. Rohan Jones at the goal line made the grab. Tie game.
Welcome back once again to the First Security 5th quarter post-game show. Marcus Elliott, Trey Shepp, I'm Randy Rainwater, live again from walk-ons. Man, there's a capacity crowd in here. There is a long waiting line, and they've all been asking Mark for exactly what Trey has on his particular plate. He has been slowly but surely devouring this outstanding food that you'll find here at the at Walk-Ons. And if you love keeping up with just about anything and everything in the world of sports, it's going on right now here at Walk-Ons. They've got the World Series on. Toronto leading the Dodgers. It's the top of the 4th inning with Toronto leading 3-0.
Game 7.
Game 7, winner take all. Ole Miss is leading South Carolina 10-7.
17-14.
Oh, okay, 17-14. They're up.
That was a highlight. That's halftime of the Tennessee OU game.
Okay, all right. So there you go.
Not halftime. You had 3-something left, 10-10.
Now, Mark, I've got to say this. Carrie, probably my wife, said this best, and she probably said this for you.
Okay.
Because she sent me a text
Uh-oh.
almost the minute that the game was over, and she said, "I'm done."
There you go. Yeah. No, she is so smart.
I am done.
Randy, we've always known she's much brighter than you and much smarter than you. However,
I concede to that.
Here's the thing, Randy and Marcus, is Randy gets paid for this. Carrie doesn't. Exactly. That's why she's done. Randy's not done because he's getting paid.
He apparently is not very smart.
Oh, gosh.
All right, let's go. Let's get to work. Let's talk with Bill. Bill, good evening. Welcome to the First Security 5th quarter postgame show.
Good evening, guys. The turning point in the game, in my opinion, we was up 28-14, just scored, had the momentum, and Taylor Green loses his cool, gets an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Then Petrino gets 15 more for acting like a fool, and then right after that, we get a targeting penalty. We gave them that touchdown, and that was the turning point in the game. But you know what? With all the penalties and all the lack of discipline, the play that burns me up the most, and I can't get over it, and I agree with it. I think I'm done. I think this finished me off. the Mississippi State's last scoring play with the winning touchdown. Two guys.
Yes.
Go up and whiff a tackle.
No.
Whiff a tackle.
3.
Yep. No effort at all. No effort at all.
On fourth down.
No
It was
fundamentals.
3.
The game is on the line. And they do that. I said, the hell with the Razorbacks. I'm done, man. That did it with me. I guarantee you.
Yep. It was 3.
We can add Bill. We can add Bill now to the mix.
Add
He's
Bill to it.
Done. Thank you, Bill.
Basketball season starts Monday.
Hallelujah. Amen. Let's talk to JW. JW, good evening. Welcome to the First Security Fifth Quarter Postgame Show.
Hey, man, you were talking about the little
You're
things,
done.
and you were hooping and hollering at me about little things. Well, how about little things after the second half that allowed them to go down the field twice by these refs? They drove Taylor Green into the ground and laid on him. We were tackling. They were tackling our guy 15 foot out of bounds, and you don't call that just a coincidence?
No problem.
I mean, you got to pay attention to the full game. And I'm not saying that, I believe if they didn't allow them to, it's blatant. If you can't see that in me, then you need to quit this game you call radio host and stuff. Because there's nothing you can deny about that.
Okay.
And I think the fans staying to the end did Bobby well, because the stand, all the fans in the stands, seen exactly what they've seen out of these refs. They know it's not Bobby. They didn't quit.
They know it's not Bobby.
Like Sam Pittman. So the guy that just called, I want my coach to get some fire under him. We've been watching Sleepy Baby all, 6 years?
Lord,
I want somebody to have some fire in them.
Yeah. I want somebody to have some brains. And so, and don't even take my word. Gene Chizik won the national championship at Auburn. You guys, I don't know if you guys heard
And then was fired 2 years later.
Yep. You guys heard his commentary.
Does he make it 2 years or just a year and a half?
2 years later, he got fired. They didn't win an SEC game.
Yeah. But he's a coach, okay? I would assume I would take what he's experienced over me, because while he won it as a head coach, he also won games as a coordinator. But his comments throughout was, this is why both of these teams are 0-4 in the conference. And for Arkansas to be as undisciplined as they are, and he did. He called out Coach Petrino and said, how can he expect his players to show discipline in tough situations when he can't? You have to be smart to win games. The margin of error to win and to lose is so minute that it becomes mental. It's the little things. So, yeah, you can have these emotional bursts, and you can sling people down to the ground when you think you're ahead. And, I love what Chizik made when made the touchdown, and all the team rallied around. They did this all cute little dance. His comments has been, what his comments was, you know what? They probably stayed after practice and choreographed that dance. And then he said, instead of working on blocking or catching punts or tackling, they probably stayed after and worked. But they got the dance down. And sure enough, they continue to miss tackles, to make dumb errors, and the head coach led the way in penalties. It's mental. So we can't get upset when they lose game after game after game just like this. It's a mental error. They're undisciplined, and that starts with the coach.
Let's talk with Tony. Tony, good evening. Welcome to the First Security Fifth Quarter Postgame Show.
Yes, Randy, I say amen to that, Marcus.
Yes, sir.
Starts with the coach, amen.
Starts with the coach.
I tell you, I wanted Arkansas to win so bad today. I thought we had it. 14, we was up 14 points, fourth quarter, and then we just give it away. And of course, I know them referees, some of them calls wasn't worth the flip, but anyway.
Yep.
I just, what do you guys think? Do you think we ought to go after, should we go after hire another coach right now since there's so many teams open?
No, you
What do
don't. You
think?
finish the season out. You finish the season out for better or for worse. Oh, absolutely. Finish the season out. You got an open weekend coming up next, and I'm sure there's going to be some serious negotiations ongoing with possible candidates to replace, in this case, the interim coach. But
Tony,
no,
I think you take Randy's donation check, and then you take all of that money and you hire that guy right now, whether you announce it or not. You get that guy hired wherever he is.
Oh, I think
pay all you need to do.
But you're not going to be able to do that
unless you
have.
Well,
Randy's
a coach.
check absolutely will. Randy's check. Randy.
Yeah.
Well, boy, this guy won't even get
the money yet?
a new. He won't even get a new watch out of the deal then. But here's the thing. Here is the thing. A deal can be done with a non-setting head coach. Now, okay, I'm
correct.
I'm just going to say these names.
So why are we
and
waiting?
It means nothing.
Okay.
I'm just saying, Mark.
Okay.
I don't think they'll do anything from an announcement standpoint until the season's over.
After Missouri.
That does not change the fact that they can get a deal done with someone, i.e., whether it be a John Gruden. Now, Mark, no comments. No comments, because I'm only using hypothetical names.
Okay.
Because these are non-current head coaches.
Right.
Or you could get a James Franklin, and I could use other examples.
Oh, I'd bring him on now so he can start. Get started.
Bottom line.
Start what?
Yeah.
Start getting players. Scouting. Getting his people together. Yes, absolutely.
I see. Get the people together, but there's a fight in the World Series.
Mark, I don't think there is. I don't see now any path, and I know this makes you happy because you're anti-Bobby, but there is no path that I see right now for Bobby to get the full-time gig.
I think he had to win that game, Randy.
I think the Auburn game
they even had a chance.
was a major slash, if you will, of the wrist. But I think tonight losing to Mississippi State, I think that ended. I don't care what happens with LSU. I don't care what happens with Texas. I don't care what happens with Missouri. Now, I might end up eating my words if he win all three of them, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think Arkansas is going to be lucky if they'd have to be extremely lucky to win even one of the next three. But I think what's going to happen, Tony, you're going to see a concerted effort. I mean, they're going to ratchet it up because why wait? Why wait? I mean, you can now move forward in earnest behind the scenes and lock down who you want. And that way it takes that one candidate out of that pool that could also be in running or in line for other jobs. I mean, we know the jobs that are open right now.
Yeah.
Whether it's Virginia Tech, whether it's Florida, whether it's LSU, you name the school.
And
there's going to be more
that come open.
And there's going to be more.
Yeah, I agree. I thought about Dan Mullins, but I'm like you guys. That need to go after somebody probably that ain't a head coach, but whatever. Well, I just hope we can get a good one, guys. And God bless you. Have a good.
You too, Tony.
All right, thank you, Tony. I had heard Mullen right from the very beginning.
Said no.
Well, I think they said no to him. He got the word back. They weren't interested in him, so he goes public and says, "Oh no, I'm not interested in Arkansas."
Why weren't they interested in it?
I don't know the reasons why not, but that's when they make a declaration that quickly, especially after supposedly he had interest in Arkansas. That tells me they weren't
Life is
interested.
better with community
This is the
banking
First
from
Security
First
Fifth Quarter
Security,
Postgame
where
Show.
personal connections make a difference. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. FSBank.com, member FDIC.
The Mega Millions jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
The first thing I'd do if I became a millionaire is, call my mom.
I would buy my mother a Maserati.
I definitely would buy a jet.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
I'm Craig O'Neill, and I got a question for you. What are the 5 smartest things you've ever done? Of course, I have no way of knowing what's on your list unless you own a Genesis. Then that day you discovered Genesis of Conway would make the top 5 easily. You see, you don't test drive a Genesis. You don't buy one. You don't own one. You love a Genesis. And with the 26s they can show you, it'll be love at first sight. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today.
If you're a bank needing GLBA compliance or a defense contractor looking for CMMC compliance, meet the team at Network Services Group with tailored solutions to help you navigate the complex regulatory landscape, allowing you to focus on what matters most, your clients and your growth. Don't gamble with compliance. Network Services Group, your partner in GLBA and CMMC compliance.
Services Group. One call.
Arkansas. If you're looking for reliable home and business services, look no further. For over 45 years, Advantage Service Company has been your local expert in HVAC, plumbing, and electrical needs with outstanding customer service from licensed technicians ready to help with every step. Call or text today and enjoy peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Cheer on your favorite university and call Advantage Service Company. Your comfort is just a call away. 501-1-CALL. 501-663-2255. Hold on to your hats. Academy Sports and Outdoors is finally opening in Russellville this November. Need a new grill that says we smoke brisket? And our football rivals? They got them. A fishing rod that screams, I reel in hogs and pack a mean cooler. They got that too. How about a new pair of shoes that say I run trails and look fly doing it? You got it. At your new Academy in Russellville, they'll have all the sports and outdoor gear you need at undefeatable prices every day. Because here, fun can't lose.
Check out the new clothing at Bell & Swart in Conway. A new cricket polo with Razorback logo, button-downs, vests, sweaters, slacks with UCA or Arkansas gear from Johnny O and Peter Millar. Great staff, fantastic service. Bell & Swart, the only Central Arkansas men's store with a tailor on staff to fit you. So go now to Bell & Swart, 1011 Oak Street in Conway on Facebook and Instagram. Want to help fight cancer in pets and people? Join Puppy Up Little Rock for a dog walk around MacArthur Park and a silent auction in the pavilion to fundraise for important canine cancer research on Saturday, November 8th from 11 to 2 p.m. at the MacArthur Park Pavilion in downtown Little Rock. The walk starts at 1 p.m. Kids under 14 are free. The registration is $20 at puppyupwalk.org/Little Rock. For more information, contact Fran, F-R-A-N, at puppyup.org or 501-690-1903.
All right, welcome back once again to the First Security Fifth Quarter Postgame Show. Marcus Elliott, Trey Schapp, I'm Randy Rainwater, once again live here at Walk-Ons on Weddington, right next door to the Holiday Inn Express. And I must say, this was one of their better, and I know they've had a lot of great ones, but I think it was one of the better buffets this morning.
Really?
Breakfast oh, yes. And it really was predicated because I felt my responsibility to make sure I sampled everything that they had.
Yes.
Pretty much that was in there. And the cinnamon rolls, oh,
top notch.
My goodness.
Were they hot?
They were outstanding. Warm. They were not hot. They were warm. and I wanted the icing to be running.
Well, Marcus's goatee still has some icing in it.
Yeah.
You know,
I thought that was old age. I thought that was really old age.
Real bull.
In fact, I think it's barbecue sauce he's getting off his, rather than Mark. We can keep up.
I thought
with
I'd gotten
you.
that
Did you know
off.
that? No.
No, I was talking about Randy had icing.
Yeah. No.
Okay. And his.
No, I can tell Marcus when he.
Yeah, he's got the barbecue sauce from Sims.
Barbecue sauce. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, he gave a great info commercial a moment ago for.
Well,
Sims.
he likes
really
Petrino. And
they are good
ribs. I
ribs.
got you all fired up. I hope they charged you double them because you probably badmouthed him. Let's talk to Rick. Rick, good evening. Welcome to the First Security Fifth Quarter Postgame Show.
Good evening, gentlemen. I just want to say, stick a fork in me. I am done. I've been a fan all my life, but for the past 14 years, our football program has sucked. I'm tired of being let down. Every year, I buy into the hype, and I'm just done.
Mm-hmm. Well, Rick,
Well
I'll
said.
tell you this. I have a lot of people, and maybe for good reason, but I have a lot of people. Some people ask me, "Oh, when are you thinking about retiring?" I decided on the way tonight from the stadium.
Whoa! Is this a big announcement?
Well, no, it was from the stadium until I got here to walk-ons that I came up with this conclusion. I am going to hang around for better or for worse until Arkansas returns to a level of respectability.
Okay.
I realize I may be 90 by that time.
You're talking about in football.
And football, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just figuring, hey, Rick, you've been talking about the last 14 years. I'm thinking, man, can I hang on for 14
When
more
you
years?
say respectability, is that back-to-back bowl games?
No. I mean, I'm
3
talking,
years in a row?
I'm talking 8 or more victories.
For how many? Like 2 years
yeah,
in a
at least
row?
2
3 years in a row?
Yeah, at least
Okay.
2 years in a row. You can't have a fluky season.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, no.
Guys, when I die and I go to heaven, hopefully, I'm before the Lord, and He asks, well, you might have to spend some time in purgatory. I'm going to tell him I've been a Razorback fan, and that should relieve me from all my time there.
You're going to tell him you've already been there. I don't need to go to purgatory. I've already been there down on earth.
Yes, sir. Exactly. Have a good evening, gentlemen.
Take care, Rick.
Thank you, Rick. All right, let's check in with Jay. Jay, good evening. Welcome to the First Security Fifth Quarter Postgame Show.
Thank you so much. I wanted to call in with some of the comments I've heard on the fifth quarter. I'm a Razorback Foundation member. I've been a season ticket holder since 2002. I help with NIL money, and I can tell you there are a majority of us that want Bobby Petrino as our coach. Bobby Petrino is the best option that we have. He is a proven winner not only in the SEC but at Arkansas, and he wants to be here. And not only that, but if you go try to get a coach with 10 or 11 or 12 other schools and competing with them, you're going to get your third, fourth, or fifth pick, which is not great. Bobby Petrino is a proven winner. I was at this game tonight. I'm actually driving home now from it. It was pathetic the way the refs called this game. I loved the fire from Bobby Petrino. I loved what he said. I loved what he did. He was defending Taylon Green. I saw Taylon Green get clotheslined at the end of the game, and they called intentional grounding when he was out of the pocket. These referees were ridiculous, and no one was upset at Bobby Petrino. Everyone is upset at the referees. I am ticked more than I have ever been after a Razorback game, and it has nothing to do with Bobby Petrino or this team. The referees were horrible. I don't know why, but they were. I'll hang up and listen.
15 second half penalties.
Well, there was another
That is
guy.
astounding.
There was another guy that was pretty ticked at the officials, and it was your athletic director. Hunter Yurachek chased down the white hat to give him an earful as he was leaving the field today.
Yeah.
So it's not the first time that's happened in the SEC this year. I remember John Cohen and Hugh Freeze chasing down the white hat, I believe at halftime, maybe after a game with Auburn this year. But and that crew ended up, that head referee ended up getting suspended.
Wow.
From the
suspended
SEC.
for the year.
Yeah.
I'm stunned.
Yeah, for the rest of the year.
So what I just heard was now. What years was Petrino here?
He was here in 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah. Okay, so he's a true proven winner. 15 so years ago, here in a game that's much different, and he's a proven SEC winner. Outside of the success he had at Arkansas before it ended, he came back to A&M. They got fired from there, so that wasn't too successful. He came back here as offensive coordinator. I think they've had some success sporadically, off and on last year offensively, much better this year. But
are you sure, Marcus, he was fired from A&M?
Okay.
His head coach was fired. He wasn't retained by Mike Elko.
Okay. Call it what you want.
Was he fired? No. Was he fired?
Call it what you want. He didn't keep going. They didn't say, hey.
He was not retained.
They didn't say, hey, Bobby, we're not going to bring Elko in. You stick and be our head coach. So he wasn't. Okay? Or Elko didn't say, hey, Bobby did such an amazing job as coordinator at A&M. I want you to stay right here. That didn't happen. So take whatever term you want. However, what we see this year is when he did take over, there has been no change in the results. None. So all this proven stuff may have been proven about a decade or more ago in a game that's different right now. Nothing's been proven this year at all. And to say he is the guy and not see what's out there, guys, there would be no reason to expect a different result next year at all. I would, Lord, hope that they would open this up and really dive deep and see what the best candidates are and not make a decision off of nostalgia. It's too important.
Savage, good evening.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. fsbank.com, member FDIC.
Attention Central Arkansas. If you're looking for reliable home and business services, look no further. For over 45 years, Advantage Service Company has been your local expert in HVAC, plumbing, and electrical needs with outstanding customer service from licensed technicians ready to help with every step. Call or text today and enjoy peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Cheer on your favorite university and call Advantage Service Company. Your comfort is just a call away. 501-1CALL. 501-663-2255.
3 distinct, all-electric Cadillacs. Some drive them for the performance. Others drive them for the range. And some drive them because it's the only way to make an entrance. 3 different ways to turn every drive into an occasion. Whatever your reason, there's never been a better time to say, let's take the Cadillac. The all-electric Cadillac family of vehicles. Escalade IQ, Optic, and Lyric. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today.
Lost in the legal jungle? Relax. You have a lion on your side. There's no one better to protect your pride than our pride of Legal Lions. For exceptional communication and exceptional results, hire Lion Legal to come roaring to the rescue. Lion Legal. We bite back.
At Edwards Food Giant, they know your family is important, and they also know that your time and convenience is as well. So why not take advantage of their heat and eat items in their deli department? Those famous Edwards Food Giant signature dishes with many of the same entrees and recipes that are served daily in the hot bar, all ready to take home and serve to your family tonight. And it can all be found at your favorite Central Arkansas Edwards Food Giant deli. This week's special is orange chicken for only $7.49 per pound, paired with vegetable fried rice for just $4.99 per pound.
The electric cooperatives got its start lighting Arkansas, and we continue to meet that demand with every resource we can deliver. We're powering your life where you live every single day through one of 17 local cooperatives, each unique, always united, and in your community. Our mission? To provide reliable, affordable, and responsible power to every corner of Arkansas. It's the local hometown cooperative way, because we're better connected together. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas.
Is your yard ready for whatever Mother Nature throws your way? At Acadi's Touch Landscaping, we make sure it is. Whether it's weatherizing your flower beds for the seasons ahead, building strong retaining walls to prevent erosion, or installing French drains to keep water where it belongs, we've got you covered. And when it's time to elevate your outdoor space, we build custom decks perfect for relaxing or entertaining. Call 501-794-2770 to transform your yard into a space you love, rain or shine. Acadi's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770, where we bring the green to your life. Tune in to 103.7 The Buzz as Justin Acree and DJ Williams broadcast live from each meeting of the Little Rock Touchdown Club, brought to you by Arkansas Spine and Pain. Justin and DJ will broadcast live from the Doubletree downtown, bringing you interviews with each speaker and their comments to the club live. Tuesday, the Little Rock Touchdown Club welcomes Greg Sankey, Commissioner of the Southeast Conference. That's The Zone live at the Little Rock Touchdown Club, brought to you by Arkansas Spine and Pain.
This will be a 42-yarder from the left hash. Out of the hold of Devin Bale to give the Razorbacks the lead. The snap is down. The kick is up. It has plenty of distance, and it is good. Scott Starzyk has hit his 9th field goal of the season, and the Razorbacks have taken a 10-7 lead. So this will be a 30-yard field goal attempt from the left hash. Starzyk hit earlier from 42. They put a second back on the clock, so there are 5 seconds remaining in the half. It's a good snap. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good. So the Hogs have gone up 13-7.
And welcome back once again to the First Security Fifth Quarter Postgame Show. Marcus Elliott, Trey Schapp, I'm Randy Rainwater coming to you live from Walk-Ons here on Weddington. Plenty of time to stop by, say hello, and enjoy some outstanding food, Cajun food. If you love Cajun, they have got it. All right, let's check in with Savage. Savage, my man, welcome to the First Security Fifth Quarter Postgame Show.
What's going on, Randy? And Randy, you talking about just hanging around until the program gets doing good. Hanging around until the program gets relevant again? I'm not going anywhere. But, Marcus, there's a possibility that Kentucky could lose their coach. Auburn could lose their coach.
Yep.
So there's probably 5 or 6 programs that are better than Arkansas in the national scheme right now. So after they get their coaches, what are we going to be left with? Because nobody wants to come to Arkansas.
Right.
But Bobby knows how to call the Hogs. He knows how to do this program. But if he's there to get his own quarterback and get their own money coming in, why, you don't think that Bobby could do that if he's relevant? Because we're going to be second fiddle to these other programs.
No. Bobby got.
We're not on the top of the list.
Savage, Bobby can coach offense. He got Taylor Green here. That was his guy. He told Pittman, I'm getting Green.
Yeah.
He brought. So I'm good with all of that. Let me tell you something. Everybody's talking about how he went off and showed all this emotion on Green when he got roughed. You know, I would feel a lot better if he showed the same emotion and intensity and got in the face of number 23, 22, and number 10 that missed that tackle on the last play. Get excited about them. Yeah. Get on your own guys. Hold them to a standard where you don't have to worry. You're going to have missed calls every game, both sides. But my coaches used to tell me, we got to play above the officials. We're not going to use officials. Hold your people accountable to a winning standards. Winners find ways to win. Losers find ways to lose. Arkansas does not lose that game 14 points up if they play disciplined, fundamental football. Where does that start? At the head coaching position. I've said this from the start. It has not gotten better. Petrino was a part of that all season. Guys, this is a horribly coached football team. Horribly. Undisciplined, and it starts with the coaching. Petrino's been a part of that. This house needs to be cleaned. I'm sorry. It's not popular right now for some reason. I don't know why, but it's certainly pretty obvious.
But I get what you're saying, Marcus. But there's other coaches that are on his staff, and they be chewing somebody's ass out on the sideline besides Bob.
Wait. Guess what? But Savage, I listened to a couple of Alabama players to do an interview, former Alabama. They're in the NFL right now. They were defensive backs. They were talking about how Saban, the raft of Saban, they felt. But guess what they said? The assistant coaches got it worse than them. Guess what? I played for Lou Holtz. The assistant coaches got it worse than us sometimes. That's where it starts with the head, holding them accountable.
Yeah.
It's not there,
Randy,
guys.
Now, Marcus, I'm with you, man. I'm frustrated. I'm going to keep following this program to the day I die. But I'm going to look for Bet Saracen next week. Randy, I want to see on that message board, find another way how Arkansas can lose a game.
Yep.
I've never seen so many penalties. I want to see on this board another way Arkansas can lose another game in my lifetime. This is unreal, man. But Marcus, Brandon, Trey, I love y'all, man. I'm going to get off here. Appreciate it.
Okay, Sam.
Thank you,
Right. Passionate. Love it.
I don't know that we have.
Love it.
I have a prop for that. I guess I could. I don't know.
How many penalties will be? How many flags will we see in the LSU game?
That could be a good tiebreaker for my.
That could be the tiebreaker for your Bud Light Little Book.
Yeah. But I don't know how I can come up with a prop that would.
Hey, Randy, real quick, let's read some feedback from the stream. This is YouTube, Facebook feedback. Brian says, "Stop trying to defend Bobby. You sound silly." Mark says, "You don't think the head coach should stand up for his team? Come on, Marcus." Let's see.
I think it's coach's team.
Finch says, "At least basketball season is here, in the season now." JB, Bobby kicked off the end of that game, up only 2 scores, and they blew it. What are you doing giving the official that kind of tongue lashing? Al Shadow says, "Mark's not going to watch because we had the most penalty yardage since 1953. Let's see. Chiswick is not the one to listen to, Marcus. He's terrible.
Got a ring.
18 penalties.
He's got a
they
ring.
Found another way to lose again. He does have a ring. Not kid.
I got a ring.
That's a fact.
I got several rings.
Yeah, you don't have that type of ring.
My granny could tackle better, and she needs a walker. Let's see. Long-time listener, first-time YouTube chatter. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's see. Boy, there are a lot. Cliff Kingsbury for head coach.
I like him. I like
that. Hell yeah, Randy, going to live to be 1,000 years old.
I'm working on it. Methuselah, look out. Coming for you, Methuselah. Let's talk to Wiley. Yeah, Wiley couldn't hang in there. All right, let's try Toby. Toby, good evening. Welcome to the First Security Fifth Quarter Postgame Show.
Hey, guys. Once again, I got to go back to my old statement. I ain't got the words, okay? But I've got to say, Marcus, hey, I've got to stand with you, hold your ground on this Petrino thing. Yeah. And I've got one other thing to say. Yeah, we got some bad calls, but guess what? It isn't part of coaching telling players to play up to the referee.
Overcome.
In other words,
you're exactly right.
If a referee is going to be like the other night, we were playing Calipari in basketball. We went down 15 points. You don't think Calipari called those boys over there and told them what they were doing wrong? And even in whatever the sports arena is, if the refs are calling in one way, you got to tell your player, hey, you got to play according to the way the refs are calling. Yeah, we got a couple of bad calls, but guess what? We have to overcome that. That's coaching.
You're right.
So, more power to you, my friend.
Thank you,
Everybody, y'all take care. Thanks.
Thanks, Toby.
Cal also said,
that's the leader of Marcus's fan club. We got to ban him.
Yeah. Cal also said after the game that he told his guys, hey, we're in a perfect place. I want to see who's going to make some plays or who's going to just crumble and not, basically shy away from the competition when they were down by 15 points. They came back and won by 24.
I think Malik Thomas answered that call.
Yes, he did.
All right, let's check in with Mike. Mike, good evening. Welcome to the First Security Fifth Quarter Postgame Show.
Hey, guys. Marcus, I am with you, man. Bobby
Mike.
was in his right position. He is an offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
So he has never had a great defense. Look at what he left us after the motorcycle crash. The defense the next 2 years were horrible.
Right.
I mean, horrible.
Right.
They're as bad as they are today.
Mm-hmm.
You
Right.
got to go out there and get somebody who's a defensive coach to match him as an offensive coordinator, and then you might have something. But he needs to stay, but go back to the position he was in. That's all I got, fellas.
You made a great point, Mike. Hey, I know
Mike.
I know. Hey, you guys that like him, let's pay him. Let's pay him. You can pay him head coach money if you want, and keep him as offensive coordinator. But this program has to be redone, and the little things. You got to have a leader of men that can change this culture. Totally. It's so obvious.
All right, before I take this next call, let's step away for a moment. And we also need to, before we get behind as we did last week, we need to play Coach Petrino, and then we'll get to the players as well. But let's take a break, and then we can come back and we can talk to Murphy after we take this next break. All right, this is the First Security Fifth Quarter Postgame Show. Marcus Elliott, Trey Shapp, I'm Randy Rainwater, live from Walk-Ons here off Weddington in Fayetteville. Stay with us. More to follow here on the First Security Fifth Quarter Postgame Show.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. fsbank.com, member FDIC.
At ABC Supply, when you've got a job to do, we do too. When your success depends on getting the details right, we're there for you every step of the way. Delivering more than materials, delivering passion, commitment, and the confidence to help you get the job done easier. Our teams understand the obstacles you face in building your business and reputation, because living up to our promises is how we help you live up to yours.
For location and product information, call ABC Supply in North Little Rock at 501-955-0777 or visit abcsupply.com.
This is Thomas Blackman's Blackman Auction. Since 1938, we've handled many different types of auctions. We sold bulldozers, excavators, farm tractors, farms, locomotives, fully custom rail cars, vehicles, Harley-Davidsons, cows, lake houses, hunting properties, pickups, heavy trucks, big trailers, plus hundreds of other random things. Honestly, if it's for sale, we probably sold it. Our knowledge and experience is priceless, much like your hard-earned assets. Since 1938, better auctions have always been Blackman Auctions.
It's Justin Acre over here with Justin Workman from Coffin by Design West. And Justin, we need to help people get ready for winter.
Come by and see us for your faucet covers, the fireplace cleaners, fire log starters, air filter replacements, even our home generators. We've got you covered for all your winter needs.
And people are trying to get their yards right for the end of fall and into winter. And I know you guys have a lot of great products that can help them do that as well.
Yeah, so we carry the full line of steel products from leaf blowers, chainsaws. Also keep in mind that we do have an on-site technician.
Go by and see our friends at Coffin by Design West, out west past Taylor Loop, 14900 Cantrell Road. And check out their website, coffinlumber.com.
At Edwards Food Giant, they know your family is important, and they also know that your time and convenience is as well. So why not take advantage of their heat and eat items in their deli department? Those famous Edwards Food Giant signature dishes with many of the same entrees and recipes that are served daily in the hot bar, all ready to take home and serve to your family tonight. And it can all be found at your favorite Central Arkansas Edwards Food Giant deli. This week's special is orange chicken for only $7.49 per pound, paired with vegetable fried rice for just $4.99 per pound.
Check out the new clothing at Bell & Swart in Conway. A new cricket polo with Razorback logo, button-downs, vests, sweaters, slacks with UCA or Arkansas gear from Johnny O and Peter Millar. Great staff, fantastic service. Bell & Swart, the only Central Arkansas men's store with a tailor on staff to fit you. So go now to Bell & Swart, 1011 Oak Street in Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
In Arkansas, cancers of the lung, breast, prostate, and colon are the leading cause of cancer deaths. Yet simple screenings can save lives, helping doctors find and treat cancer early. If you have a family history of cancer, you need to start screenings even earlier, because cancer screenings can never come too soon, only too late. To learn more, visit cancer.uams.edu. Sponsored by this station, the Arkansas Broadcasters Association, and UAMS.
Join the Zone each Monday for Game Balls and Jockstraps, brought to you by A Caddy's Touch Landscaping. Find out who made the best, average, and worst headlines in sports and entertainment each Monday as Justin and DJ give you their Game Balls and Jockstraps on the Zone from 10 to 1. It's all brought to you by A Caddy's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770. Call today to get your landscape updated to a whole new level and be listening for Game Balls and Jockstraps only on 103.7 The Buzz.
The great American pastime. Do you smell that? That's the smell of men being men.
I think I'm ready.
On 103.7 The Buzz. KABC Little
Brown back. Green from 8 yards out. Arkansas reclaims the lead.
And welcome back once again to the First Security Fifth Quarter Postgame Show, coming to you live from Walk-Ons here on Weddington. Marcus Elliott, Trey Schapp, I'm Randy Rainwater. All right, we've got a couple of callers. Let's get to Murphy. Murphy, good evening. Welcome to the First Security Fifth Quarter Postgame Show.
Good afternoon, folks. I've been saying
good evening.
As soon as Sam got hired, big names are going to be put out there, and they all going to pimp us for a raise. It's simple.
Yep.
If you are a corporation and your boss comes up on live on TV and says, I did not give the last coach the tools for success, what does that say to everybody else that's looking for a job to come here?
Good point.
Not good.
That's where and Murphy, you're speaking truth here, because putting that out there, what is that going to do? If I'm a head coach,
recirculate.
Bingo.
So
somehow, some way, they have got to.
He's already got a new deal.
He got a 2-year extension,
and he proved today that he deserves it by beating Miami.
He did,
and he's now one of the higher paid coaches in college football.
Top 10. Yep.
So here we go. We're going to end up the same way. You're going to end up getting a Sam Pittman hire. Who's going to come? I'm not going to go somewhere or to a job when the boss has already told me I'm not going to give you everything that you need to win. That's just saying, hey, I ain't got it. And that sends a clear message to anybody that got a grain of salt as a coach. Why should I go there when I'm not going to have the NIL money and I really can't get the money that I need to see? So if we get a young coach, 3-4 years, I made Arkansas half relevant, here comes a big school. He's gone. Starting off back at square one again. I'm up here in Missouri. I've been up here 2 weeks. I have not heard one person say they worried about the Razorbacks, and they already said that's a win.
Well, no one's worried about them right now.
And why should they?
And why should they?
They should. And who we going to get? I'm sitting here listening to all these names. We heard them all last time. John Gruden. Gus pimped us for a raise, got fired, gone somewhere else, but he got a raise. Dan Mullen. We don't know if he got for the job or not, but he sure didn't exactly help us by saying, well, I wasn't looking for the job in the first place. That's just all the point I want to say.
All right, Murphy, thank you. Let's check in with Drew. Drew, good evening. Welcome to the First Security Fifth Quarter Postgame Show.
Well, guys, I can tell you this, that there's a lot of truth been said tonight online and on the air. If you're not willing to pay, to raise the NIL money to get what our competition's got in the SEC, that last caller was right. We're going to get more of the same. I mean, I was a huge Bobby Petrino fan. His first run through, I mean, he got us to rankings and to heights in college football that we haven't seen in 50 years. And, yeah, it's 15 years later. Yeah, the game is a lot different than what it was. I mean, I get that, and I understand Marcus's frustration with this. I completely get it. But also, I'm like one of those old callers used to have, realist. I'm the same way. I just don't think when the dust settles we're going to be able to get those top 4 or 5 picks that are going to be available. And I don't think we're going to be able to do better than what Bobby Petrino can offer. And if you give Bobby a defense, you give him a chance to put in his system, he is a proven winner. I'm thinking that now that's our best option.
Drew, what has he proven since way back when?
Not at this.
What has he proven?
Well, Marcus, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But we're not going to get a top 3 or 4 candidate, and you know we're not.
And but again, then maybe we have to think outside the box a little bit.
Who's outside the box, Marcus?
Oh,
who is outside the box?
Okay, you gonna let me tell you?
Let's hear it, Marcus.
Rick.
Let's hear it.
A name was mentioned earlier that I think would be outstanding. Now, do I know that we can get him? I think Cliff Kingsbury is one of the bright young minds in the entire game of football. And he does what he does everywhere he goes. I think he has the personality that can attract NIL, but moreover that, I think he recognizes and understands different types of football and football players. I think he's one of the best there is. I think we have to think about stuff like that, though, and I think he would be a slam dunk over Bobby Petrino again. Well, and I think there are other candidates like there, but guess what? I don't have a full-time job where I study that, and I know who's available. I'm not talking to coaches' agents and all of that. And I sure wouldn't lock down on a candidate that I get he wants the job. Sam Pittman wanted the job. A lot of people would want the job. But we got to find out who is the best for the job and find out if we can get them. It may or may not be a big name, but we have to think outside the box. We can't get locked into nostalgia, or guess what? We'll be sitting right back here again, like we were with Pittman, wondering when are we going to get out of this rut.
Well, let me just say this before I get off here.
Pardon me?
The only way it's going to change is if the Waltons start giving like Tyson does and like other people do, and we all know that they probably not. So until that checkbook gets a lot bigger, we're going to have to settle because that's just where we're at with NIL. And trust me, I don't think Cliff Kingsbury's a bad deal, but we cannot get that upper echelon until we get a little bit more of a bigger pocketbook, and that's just how I feel about it. Sorry, guys, I'll talk to you later.
Hey guys, do you think does Mississippi State have a lot more NIL than we do?
No.
Okay.
But where's Mississippi State?
So
they're not much better than Arkansas.
Well, they're not, but they just beat us. So it's not all NIL.
That's not a comparison. Give me a comparison against someone who you want to be like. You actually want to be like.
I'm saying Drew just told me we're not going to be able to get money like the big boys. Okay, Drew said that.
So then why would a Kingsbury
you gotta listen.
wants to come? Why does he want to come to outer
You gotta
Siberia?
listen to me. What I'm telling you is
I'm listening.
What I'm telling you is NIL is a piece of it, but it's not all of it, because a team with similar NIL issues just beat us, and others have and will.
Do you think Kingsbury wants back into the college game?
I don't know, but man, he would sure be a lot stronger target than Bobby Petrino.
Okay, that's one guy. Who were some others?
I just told you, Trey. That's not my full-time job. Now, I'm sure they have a committee that studies this, and they should. But what I can tell you is the guy they got now is not doing a thing.
Okay, well, Marcus, here's a better question, Randy. If they have a committee, it's probably a committee of one, and that's Hunter Yurachek. Do you have trust in him to hire the next head coach?
How idiotic would that be? He just gave Sam Pittman. He hired Sam Pittman and gave him a bonus for winning 7 games. So why would you trust him, one person? Now, if we're doing that, then yeah, we expect what we're getting. You should expect what you're getting.
All right. We're going to step away, and I'm going to come back, and we're going to play Bobby Petrino. So let's take a break. This is the First Security fifth quarter postgame.
Dodgers, too.
Marcus Elliott, Trey Schapp. I'm Randy Rainwater, live from Walk-Ons. When we come back, Coach Petrino, stay with us.
For over 30 years, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has been Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters and the only stop for all your truck parts and accessories. If it goes on a truck, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has got it. And that includes upgrading your truck with Vortex spray liners. Tough, durable, proudly made in the USA. Their spray liners can protect your truck for years to come. Call Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse at 501-568-0040 to schedule your spray. Or stop by 65th and University.
From Central Arkansas to South Arkansas to Northeast Arkansas, across the state to Northwest Arkansas, you will find a Beechwood hospitality property. From the Haywood in El Dorado to the Hilton Garden in Jonesboro to the Doubletree in Bentonville and the Staybridge Suites just south of Baumwalker Stadium, Beechwood Hospitality has a room for you. Beechwood Hospitality is the leader in hotel property management in the state. Make sure you find a Beechwood Hospitality hotel for your next overnight stay.
Never heard of Fowl and Flame? Think of it as your own personal concert with Adam Hambrick and Easton Corbin. With top chefs cooking over an open flame, sitting by the fire with hand-rolled Cuban cigars, Rocktown Distillery bourbon tasting. Fowl and Flame is a celebration of the Arkansas Delta and its people. Whether you're a duck hunter, a foodie, or an Easton Corbin fan. November 22nd in Des Arc. Tickets at fowlandflame.com. Attention Central Arkansas. If you're looking for reliable home and business services, look no further. For over 45 years, Advantage Service Company has been your local expert in HVAC, plumbing, and electrical needs with outstanding customer service from licensed technicians ready to help with every step. Call or text today and enjoy peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Cheer on your favorite university and call Advantage Service Company. Your comfort is just a call away. 501-1-CALL. 501-663-2255.
Feeling like a family getaway but don't want to go too far? Need a true adventure but don't want to spend too much? Want to go where there's a ton of stuff to do but it's all in the same place? Welcome to Arkansas State Parks, where in a couple hours drive, you can change your scenery and definitely change your state of mind. Whether you crave active adventures or just gorgeous views where you can catch your breath, we have 52 state parks to choose from. Plan your getaway at arkansasstateparks.com.
The Home Depot has everything you need to turn your home into a beacon of holiday cheer. So whether you're going all out or just adding a few holiday touches, we've got you covered with trees, yard decor, and more. Save time decorating with one of our easy-to-assemble pre-lit trees or pick up a piece from our Yuletide Lane decor collection and fill your yard with holiday joy. Whatever your style, find everything to get your holidays started at the Home Depot.
We've got trade wars, rising costs, global chaos, and a skyrocketing national debt. It's no wonder gold keeps hitting record highs. With everything going on in the world, thousands of hardworking Americans are looking to help diversify their savings with precious metals like gold and silver. And they're turning to the top-rated gold company, Goldco. Right now, Goldco is offering you a free 2025 gold and silver kit. Plus, you could get an unlimited instant match and bonus silver if you qualify. Find out how you can diversify your savings, tax and penalty-free today. Call 855-969-GOLD. That's 855-969-GOLD. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
Want to help fight cancer in pets and people? Join Puppy Up Woodrock for a dog walk around MacArthur Park and a silent auction in the pavilion to fundraise for important canine cancer research on Saturday, November 8th from 11 to 2 p.m. at the MacArthur Park Pavilion in downtown Woodrock. The walk starts at 1 p.m. Kids under 14 are free. The registration is $20 at puppyupwalk.org/Woodrock. For more information, contact Fran, F-R-A-N, at puppyup.org or 501-690-1903.
Green with a long count, hands it to Washington, right side, angles inside the 10 to the 5, touchdown Arkansas! Mike Washington from 20 yards out, and it's a 2-score game.
Welcome back once again to the First Security Fifth Quarter Postgame Show. Marcus Elliott, Trey Schapp, I'm Randy Rainwater, coming to you live again from Walk-Ons here on Weddington. Here is head football coach Bobby Petrino.
Another tough result to take. You know, our players did a good job preparing for the game and came out and competed extremely hard. End up on the wrong side again. I felt like we were going to win the game the entire time. I felt like our players felt it. We competed hard. We had some issues there in the third quarter that really hurt us. One of them was on me. I didn't really say a whole lot to get it called, but I did get it called, so that's on me, and that's not a good job. So, but it was hard. Our guys were competing extremely hard out there, and some things didn't go their way. So
it seems like the players really also battled through a lot of really tough calls in the game, 18 penalties and I think 193 yards, which is a school record.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on the number of penalties?
I can't say anything, but y'all ought to watch it.
Didn't feel like maybe the refs were overzealous at all.
You trying to get me fined?
See if you wanted to say anything.
I do want to say something, but I can't. You know, that's how they handcuff you. But I'll just say watch the video, and you know, the one thing I can say is they picked our quarterback up and souffled him, which is a really bad deal.
It seemed like through all of that, the fans got energized, the stadium started rocking and stuff, and the players, it seemed like they were fighting through it all too. What did you think about, I guess, the energy and the effort?
Yeah, I thought the fans were awesome. They gave us a bunch of support. I thought our players competed extremely hard. We hurt ourselves, or whatever hurt us, and we just came up short, which is sad because these guys, they deserve to win a game.
The two, you know, for the runs, especially there in the fourth quarter when you guys are trying to run out the clock and they call a penalty and bring you guys back. I mean, it's still 2nd and 10. You guys have an opportunity to still go get a first down. Do you feel like the team in those moments maybe were a little, I don't know, set back, a little debilitated by those, you know, back-breaking penalties?
Well, they were back-breaking penalties. There's no question about that. But you got to overcome it. You still got to overcome that and get the first down and move the ball and eat the clock. So we weren't able to do that, and I had to put our defense back on the field, and that's a bad deal. And, you know, we felt like we would be able to run the football and work the clock and end the game.
What'd you think of the play from Cash Courtney and then, of course, Kavion, who wasn't starting and then kind of came in and filled in for Shaq?
You know, it's hard to know until you watch the video, but I can say that, you know, Cash did a nice job on snapping the ball and getting things set, and, you know, we felt like we would be able to run the football and work the clock and end the game. he did a really nice job in practice, working hard on it. He's a tremendous football player. He's got a great future ahead of him. It's unfortunate Shaq went down so early and so fast, and Kavion had to jump in on the other side, and we continued to move the ball and we continued to score, just not in the fourth quarter. And they must have did a good job. They must have both played pretty well for us to be able to do that.
What prevented you from getting moving in the fourth quarter after you were up 14 and then the next 3 series, not much?
Yeah, I think some of those penalties hurt us. There's no question about that.
How is Taylor doing, by the way?
Yeah, I don't think he's doing really well. He's with the doctor right now, and we'll just have to see how everything comes out. But it didn't look good. It was an ugly looking play.
Well, when you said, did you say souffled him?
No, that was on the 2-point conversion.
Oh.
Yeah, when we ran the 2-point conversion, they picked him up and souffled him, slammed him down on the ground, and that's when everything broke loose. I don't know. It's hard to not want to say something.
So what happened to Taylor on the last play? Because I didn't see what happened.
Yeah, I was trying to get a chance to throw the ball, and as he's throwing, he got hit and twisted, and he got hurt. So.
What can you tell us about what kept Caden Kittler and Amarian Harris out of the game today?
They Amarian practiced for like about 10 minutes on Tuesday, and Kittler practiced the entire practice. And then all of a sudden after practice, he went in and saw the doctor, and they ruled him out.
How much of the flags would you say were your players maybe wanting to show some physicality after a few scuffles?
Yeah, I don't know if that was any of it. I think you just got to watch them individually and see.
After Taylor's game last week, how would you compare to how he played today coming off that?
Yeah, he's a tremendous competitor. He competed extremely hard and got us in a position where we could win the game.
Bobby, sorry.
At the end there, where you were talking about, you guys think you had it the whole way. I mean, what's the gut reaction when it just gets taken away from you?
That's hard. I mean, it's hard. The locker room's pretty down. We put it all out there on the field, and we're waiting for good things to happen, and they just haven't happened yet. I told the players that they've got to understand that they've invested a bunch in it, and that someday they'll look back on this experience and it'll help them in their life as a man.
I apologize for interrupting Matt there. Bobby, what happened with Jordan Young? Kind of unique there for him to be getting carried into the tent.
Yeah, I don't know the extent of the injury. I know he did come back in, so he was out for a period of time.
The sequence there, I think it was 4 personal fouls in 3 or 4 snaps there at the start of the fourth quarter. How much, whether it be the officiating, even some of your guys maybe felt like lost control of the game?
Yeah, I think you just have to watch it and see. I can't say a whole lot. I know that from upstairs, there's a few of those calls. They said, no, that should not be called. That shouldn't have been called. We're hitting the quarterback as the ball's coming out of his hand. It's a roughing call. So it's I don't know what to say. I mean, I've never had that in my entire life, and I do know this, that if you look back at our games, we're not a highly penalized team. We have done a nice job all year long and not having a lot of penalties.
Coach, now that a bowl game is off the table, what do you say to the guys, and what would you say the team is playing for now?
Yeah, I mean, you're playing for pride. You're playing because you're a football player and you want to go out and win the game. We got a number of guys that are playing for see if they have a future in the NFL. Everybody else playing for what happens after this season, whether that's here or transfer or the realities of where we are in college football right now. They all need to continue to work and play and there's a number of these guys that have raised their stock in the last 4 weeks by what's on video, and that's what they want to continue to do.
What did you think about Quincy's game today? I think he had like 3.5 TFLs.
Yeah, he was pretty explosive and really helped us stop their run, helped us get negative plays, hit the quarterback. He's a really good player.
Get healthy again, I guess. What's the focus throughout these next couple weeks?
Yeah, we take tomorrow off and bring him back in on Monday and watch the video, take a deep breath, come out and work a couple days during the week, give him some time off and come back and get going again on Sunday night.
They only ran the ball for, I think, 103, 106 yards. What do you think was the biggest key for the rush defense? Probably their best game since Arkansas State.
Yeah, I thought our D-line made a difference in not having any gaps and holes in there, and then I thought our linebackers did a really nice job of coming down and tackling. I thought they did a nice job against the run.
Boost having Cam Ball back this week after missing him last week.
Yeah, Cam's a really good football player, and I feel bad for him. He's been here a long time, and he's given us tremendous amount of leadership and competitive spirit, and played extremely hard today.
Their backup quarterback, Kamario Taylor, led 2 touchdown drives early in the second half. What did you maybe think of what he did when he came in for Shapen?
I thought he did a nice job running the ball for him, and then he hit that one post for a touchdown. So it was a concern that when he came in, because a lot of our game plan this week was how to stop the running back, and then he became an issue. I thought they did a nice job of working it, changing a couple calls and understanding it, and then they took him out. So that was we were trying to adjust, and then he came out of the game.
Yeah. When this is all said and done, have you ever seen a game quite like that in terms of number and penalty yardage?
No, never. Not ever.
Never, not ever.
That was Coach Bobby Petrino and his thoughts, and he held himself accountable for what happened after his quarterback was slammed to the ground. So he took responsibility for that, and as he should have. That turned out to be a huge moment. As Marcus said earlier, Arkansas actually kicked off
from the
10-yard line.
Yeah.
Arkansas's 10-yard line. Then with the return, they started, I want to say at the 45, something like that, of Mississippi State. So they had a very short field to work with, and it seemed like every penalty that was called on Arkansas had some kind of adverse effect regardless. It was just...
Yeah. And that's true. And I know we can pick those out. But we did slam a guy to the ground, too, and got flagged for that. They didn't. I get that. But on that 4-minute, or I don't know if it was 4 minutes left in the game, but that 4-minute offense, Arkansas gets the ball, really can close this game out.
Yeah, if you get a couple of first downs.
Well,
if you don't get the holding call on Platt.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. And it was a legit holding call that was lazy on 55. Move your feet.
No.
Get upset.
83.
No, wait a minute. Well, they called one on 55 too. I don't know if I believe it was that drive.
That was a different series.
Didn't get mad at those. Be just as intense as those, because take those away, you win the game. Get in the face of your guys, because hold them accountable too. So I said, hey, hold that right tackle accountable, whose set was so wrong, and he opens up and the guy sacks your quarterback. I'd be upset at him too. He wasn't on the other team, but he got your quarterback slammed legally.
Yeah,
That's coaching.
That was your third tackle. Your first tackle, Emarion Harris, had been ruled out of the game. The second right tackle was Shaq McCroy.
Injury.
Yeah.
He went out early in the game, and now you're talking to Kavion Broussard, who I didn't even realize who the third tackle would have been.
Yeah. Well, 22, I don't know what string he was and defensively, but he fit the gap and must have closed his eyes on a goal line play and just
Tackling
totally
was
whiffed.
horrendous.
So, you know, all this official stuff, you got enough to be upset with your own players. You got enough to coach there and coach your coaches coach them.
Am I using this as a crutch for Arkansas in their loss? No, I started off by saying Arkansas beat themselves.
I said Bobby Petrino. I don't think you were coaching. I said Bobby Petrino's got enough to be upset with his players and with his coaching staff. Then to go all off on this fishing tirade, official tirade.
Mark, if I didn't know better, you have a vendetta against Bobby Petrino. It is very obvious.
I sure do.
Okay. Thank you for your honesty.
Yeah.
Because
He's wrecking this program.
Through.
My vendetta is he's wrecking this program.
It is coming through. Oh, the train wreck was already happening.
The train was already off the tracks.
He didn't start it.
He was on the board.
At Bale Chevrolet, we know that football season is about the energy, the excitement, the teamwork, all the things that make game day great. And we want finding your next vehicle to be the same. That's why our team works hard to make sure you drive away with a win. And right now, during Chevy Truck Month, up to $12,000 off new 2025 Silverados. So this season, let's keep the drive going on the field and on the road. Come see us today at Bale Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
WAC plus TTNL.
This is Trey Johnson with HJ Trailer Sales. Look, we're also your one-stop shop for Iron Bull, Good Guys, Hillsboro Trailers, and yes, Hart Trailers. We've even got them too. Family owned and operated, we're the most trusted trailer store in the state with tons of financing options to fit your budget. Come see why everyone rolls with HJ Trailer Sales. HJ Trailer Sales, built on trust, driven by quality. Visit hjtrailersales.com or stop by today.
It's my favorite time of the year, fall, football, and family market. That's right, Family Market, your one stop for all the fall goodies, like deer corn, Juanita's Brittle, and a hot cup of community coffee strong enough to wake a sleeping hog. And while you're there, fill up with All-American Valero gasoline, proudly made here in the USA. It's quality fuel that keeps your engine running clean, smooth, and efficient. And man, it feels good to buy American. Plus, with your Family Market Rewards card, you automatically get 5 cents off every gallon, all day, every day. And don't forget about Big Mondays, when mid-grade fuel goes for the same price as regular. That's more money for Brittle, coffee, or heck, maybe even both. And you'll find your Family Market in Shannon Hills, Malvern, Pangburn, Mayflower, Hot Springs, and now our newest store in Wooster. And if there's not a Family Market near you yet, don't worry. One's a-coming. And trust me, it's going to be worth the wait. Family Market. Fuel in your fall? The All-American way.
Here's NASCAR Hall of Famer Mark Martin.
As a race car driver for 40 years, I survived a lot of crashes. Not everyone can run into a wall at 200 miles an hour and walk away. Without a seatbelt, I wouldn't be alive today. Now I'm retired, back home in Arkansas driving my pickup. I'm shocked how many people aren't wearing seatbelts. Why risk your life when it only takes 2 seconds to buckle up? Take it from number 6. Buckle up, Arkansas.
A message from the Arkansas State Police Highway Safety Office.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TAXI for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TAXI for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TAXI.
Tune in to 103.7 The Buzz as Justin Acree and DJ Williams broadcast live from each meeting of the Wooded Rock Touchdown Club, brought to you by Arkansas Spine and Pain. Justin and DJ will broadcast live from the Doubletree downtown, bringing you interviews with each speaker and their comments to the club live. Tuesday, the Wooded Rock Touchdown Club welcomes Greg Sankey, Commissioner of the Southeast Conference. That's the Zone Live at the Wooded Rock Touchdown Club, brought to you by Arkansas Spine and Pain.
So they break the huddle and come to the line of scrimmage, going for two with Washington in the backfield. Shovel pass, Jones, the two-point conversion successful. They ran the shovel pass, Rohan Jones with a successful two-point conversion. Great call, great execution. 28-14 Razorbacks now after the two-point try was successful.
Welcome back to the First Security fifth quarter post-game show. Randy Rainwater, Marcus Elliott, Trey Schaff. Let's give you scores from around the SEC. Well, it's a final in Oxford, Mississippi. Number 7 Ole Miss beats South Carolina 30-14. Number 5 Georgia defeated Florida today 24-20 in Jacksonville. Number 20 Texas beat number 9 Vanderbilt in Austin 34-31. Vanderbilt scoring 21 unanswered points in the fourth quarter. Almost had an onside kick that would have potentially given them a chance at a game-tying field goal. And underway in the fourth quarter with 1:55 to play, Kentucky leading Auburn at Jordan-Hare Stadium 10-3. Auburn ball at their own 22. And in Knoxville, Tennessee, number 14, Tennessee, and number 18, Oklahoma, 2:03 to play in the third quarter. It's 22-17, OU with the lead.
And I think they've got a field goal. I mean, the extra
23-17 now.
They're about to kick an extra
They
point.
just made it.
All right. All right, here.
Hey, does Auburn come open this week with Hugh Freeze and Auburn losing to Kentucky at home? A team in Kentucky 0-5 in the SEC coming in. This would be Kentucky's third win of the season. And then Arkansas would remain the only team without a win in SEC play.
And they will end that way more than likely. All right, here is Raylan Sharp and Campbell.
It was frustrating, you know, but a lot of those penalties were self-inflicted wounds. And we just got to be more disciplined. You know, we can't make bonehead mistakes and bonehead plays. That starts with us. You know, we can't put it on the refs. We just got to do better.
Thank you. Raylan, maybe just your thoughts on how the locker room's feeling after what went down tonight.
I think all of us are competitors, so a loss is a loss, and it's going to hurt us. And so I think we have a good group of guys, though, that shake back. You know, we still have a season to play. We still have 3 left, so a lot of old guys like me and Cam, this is our last go-around, so we're still not going to let up. We're still going to, you know, put in the work, and we just, you know, go play football.
Y'all really limited their run game today. Can you maybe speak to what played into that?
You know, just our coaches doing a good job of installing stuff and, you know, overemphasizing certain run fits this week. So, yeah.
What was Coach Petrino's message to the team?
Just keep fighting, you know. Like Ray said, we got a bunch of season left, you know, 3 games. Now we're just fighting for pride at this point and fighting for each other.
Coach Petrino, for both of you guys, Coach Petrino was saying that it felt like you guys had it won for so long. I guess what was your guys' gut reaction at the end when it, you know, just got pulled beneath you?
For me, I was more worried about my boy Talon. You know, like, you know, something like that, man. I've grown up with him, so I was more worried about him. And so, like I said, it hurts to lose games, especially like that. But, you know, we just got to shake back. And so, you know, dudes can get healthy this bye week and, you know, finish the last 3 weeks off.
Yeah, man, it was heartbreaking, you know, to lose another game by 3 points, man. These one-score losses, man, it really gets to us, you know. Yeah, it wasn't a good feeling at all, man.
Raylan, Talon threaded some nice passes to you today. What do you think of his performance today compared to last week?
He shook back, and I think everyone was just doing their jobs in the receiver end as well, so he could throw the ball around. And so, once he gets comfortable, he can do a lot of things. So, he played his butt off. He's going to do that each week. He's going to, play to his last limb. So, I'm always proud of him, always pushing him, and just praying for his health, praying that God just watches over him is the biggest thing at the moment.
And what was it like having to quickly transition to facing their backup and then kind of the switch back again?
It was a sideline adjustment for sure. When he got in, we knew going into the game that he was a mobile guy, a runner, and, he did have some success with his feet, so we had to quickly adjust, and then, they just took him out, so we had to quickly adjust back to the other quarterback. But both of them was good, talented quarterbacks for sure.
Cam, what's it like during a game like that that's chippy, and then you've also got the penalties, and you're trying to, fuel the fire but also kind of keep it cool? What do you guys kind of do to kind of manage situations like that?
I would say in these kind of situations, this is when you lean on the older guys and the leaders and the captains, just to calm everybody down. I remember a couple of the penalties that we self-inflicted. I was just telling guys to be smart. There's no reason to do that so you can have an extra highlight. We're trying to win the game, so just be smart.
Cam, what was the defense kind of saying amongst each other on that final drive?
Just that, this is what you dream of as a kid. You just got to go out and do your assignment, and the rest of what happened for itself. And, unfortunately we came up short, but we went down fighting.
What was it like to kind of carry Jordan off as well? Have you kind of been a part of something like that before? Seemed like a nice team thing to do.
No, man, I haven't. But, just for him, because we know he wanted to celebrate, but he couldn't at the time after he caught his interception. So, he was in pain, and we knew we had to get him off the field and get him the good attention that he needed. So, man, that was a moment, we'll joke and laugh about 10 years later, just how close of a brotherhood we are.
After y'all went up 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and then the next 3 possessions you didn't move it very much, what was happening on those 3 drives?
It just wasn't moving, and so it's just sometimes that happens, and so you just got to trust in the play calls that Bobby P's calling and go execute, and just we got to be better on our end.
Raylan, just kind of curious what your eye black stands for.
If you're guarding me, it's too late. So, just a confidence, in myself. If someone's playing man against me, it's me and him, and, I feel like I'm going to win it.
And that was Raylan Sharp and Cam Ball with their thoughts on tonight's game versus Mississippi State. As we welcome you back to the First Security fifth quarter postgame show, coming to you live from Walk-On. It's kind of calmed down a little bit. It was pretty crazy.
It was crazy.
About an hour ago or so, but
tough to find a seat.
Kind of calming down just a little bit as we.
Auburn trying to drive, Randy, to tie the game up. Looks like it's 3rd down and 10. They trail 10-3. They are in Kentucky territory with, I believe, 26 seconds left is what I see. Or is that 35? Can't tell.
Well, I can see the World Series. It's Toronto continuing to lead the Los Angeles Dodgers 4-2. It is in the bottom of the 7th inning, and there are 2 outs, and Toronto has a base runner at first base. So that is winding itself down. So as we wind this down, we will come back, put a wrap on this one, and that is Marcus Elliott, Trey Schapp. I'm Randy Rainwater. This is the First Security fifth quarter postgame show. Stay with us. One more segment. Back in just a moment.
Check out the new clothing at Bell & Swart in Conway. A new cricket polo with Razorback logo, button-downs, vests, sweaters, slacks with UCA or Arkansas gear from Johnny O and Peter Millar. Great staff, fantastic service. Bell & Swart, the only Central Arkansas men's store with a tailor on staff to fit you. So go now to Bell & Swart, 1011 Oak Street in Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
Unstoppable, unmistakable. Defender is built for those who carve their own path. At Land Rover Little Rock, experience the legendary capability, rugged design, and modern technology that make Defender a true icon. Whether it's city streets or untamed terrain, Defender delivers strength with style. This is more than a drive, it's a mission. Visit Land Rover Little Rock off I-430 and test drive the Defender today. Learn more at LandRoverLittleRock.com.
At Capital Technology Group, we make your technology our priority. Our team of experts can become your outsourced IT department, solving problems even before you know about them. We provide and maintain everything from servers and network infrastructure to printers and digital copiers. As a family business with over 80 years of history in Little Rock, you can trust Capital Technology Group to be your business technology partner. If you're ready to get your IT in order, visit captg.com and sign up for a free consultation.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code MEGA25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code MEGA25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code MEGA25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
The Mega Millions jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
The first thing I'd do if I became a millionaire is, call my mom.
I would buy my mother a Maserati.
I definitely would buy a jet.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
On your way to the Little Rock Airport, business travelers park fast at Expressway Airport parking. As you park, our shuttle picks you up, and a 60-second ride later, you're at the airport. Download our app and earn rewards. Simply scan the virtual gate pass to enter and scan again to exit. No waiting, and your receipt is emailed to you. Pay less than municipal airport parking at Expressway Airport parking, left of the airport entrance, next to the Comfort Inn.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TAXI for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TAXI for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TAXI.
Join the zone each Monday for game balls and jockstraps, brought to you by 8 Caddies Touch Landscaping. Find out who made the best, average, and worst headlines in sports and entertainment each Monday as Justin and DJ give you their game balls and jockstraps on the zone from 10 to 1. It's all brought to you by 8 Caddies Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770. Call today to get your landscape updated to a whole new level and be listening for game balls and jockstraps only on 103.7 The Buzz.
All right, welcome back to the First Security fifth quarter postgame show. Marcus Elliott, Trey Schapp. I'm Randy Rainwater. I'm not sure this is perfectly placed or timed.
Yeah.
That is the upcoming open date for Arkansas.
Whoa. Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
Whoa.
Home run by. I'm sorry. I got into baseball.
Yeah. You're watching baseball.
Ah, you're watching baseball, Mark. I didn't know that you realized there is another ball. It's round.
Yeah.
It's a lot smaller.
Basketball?
After today,
yeah,
I'm going to watch a lot more baseball.
Well, you've only got only a couple more innings, unless it goes extra innings, before this season's over. Mark, you can get excited about basketball.
Yeah,
okay,
that's true.
Basketball
That is true.
Monday night, 6 o'clock, 5:30 pregame against Southern. And that will be a home game.
And then Saturday,
Yeah,
next
that's gonna be a
Saturday,
good one.
big one in East
Michigan
Lansing.
State. Tom Izzo, that's a tough place to play, tough place to win.
Mm-hmm.
But it's perfectly timed. This little break before you hit this final 3-game stretch. And for what it's worth, dadgummit, there's no postseason for Arkansas.
Nope.
No bowl game.
Nope.
Officially, that ended today as well. So not the extra practices and all the other things that goes along with developing your young players. I used to hear that all the time. Oh man, that's what the bowl game is for, to get the young players a lot of practice time. And so
Let's get
forth.
this coaching search over with quickly.
Yeah.
There's a good one down in San Antonio that I think
Jeff
could take
Traylor.
the job.
I like him. I liked him when he was at Arkansas.
Yeah.
And that's a young guy.
And he can recruit East Texas.
I like the Brady guy that's coordinator up in Buffalo, too.
I love
think Joe Brady.
I do too, but I don't think he wants to come back
I
to.
love Joe Brady.
Yeah.
I think he wants an
might
NFL.
go.
He'd have a
He
chance to
wants
tell
an
me.
NFL job.
Yeah.
He'd have a chance to tell me no.
Well, that's
he
same
would,
thing
he
on
would probably
Kingsbury.
tell LSU no first, though. Joe Brady.
Same thing on Kingsbury. I'd
He'd have a
say,
chance to
I
tell
want
me
to hear
no.
the word no.
There you go.
Yep.
What do you want?
Can't argue with that. Those are.
That's right.
And I also want to hear our athletic directors step forward and say, I have the resources for Arkansas to compete.
Yes.
I want to hear that. These opposing, when I say opposing, these coaching options need to hear that as well.
Absolutely.
They need to know that the money is there because of what he said. Hunter Yurchek said back early in September at the Little Rock Touchdown Club that Arkansas, they didn't give Pittman the resources.
And then he doubled down on it in a press conference.
They're not ready to compete. They're not capable of competing.
Randy, I agree. He needs to come out. He needs to say it in a public forum, not on a call to a coach that you're trying to lure this way. Say it on a public forum. So not only does the coach you're trying to get hear it, those players that he might potentially recruit hear it as well.
Well,
the fans need to hear it.
That too.
The fans need to hear it. There is so much right now negative going on. Give some positives. All right, that's it. We got to say so long and good night for Marcus Elliott, Trey Schapp. I'm Randy Rainwater. Have a great weekend. Thank you for listening to the First Security fifth quarter postgame show. So long, everybody.